Dogs are very emotional animals, and there are probably many signs your dog may be giving you that they are upset. A sudden change in how they behave, eat, and even sleep can all be signs of stress, sadness, or even depression. Luckily, by the end of this video, you will know how to make your dog feel good again. So first, let's go over the most clear signs your dog is upset. Avoiding contact. Dogs love to cuddle with their favorite humans. However, if your puppy used to be all about playtime and then suddenly acts, well, not so cuddly, it could be a sign that it's feeling a bit down. This doesn't necessarily mean they don't want any attention at all. At the end of the day, every dog is different. But if your dog is seriously avoiding contact with you, it's something you should keep an eye on. Worst case scenario, your dog may be depressed. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you will know how to make your dog happy again. With that in mind, this next sign is an explicit warning sign something is wrong. Licking their paws excessively. We all know dogs love to give their paws a good clean sometimes. But if your furry friend seems to be licking their paws way more than usual, it could be a sign of stress or anxiety. Think about it. When we feel nervous, we might fidget or bite our nails, right? Licking their paws is kind of a doggy stress reliever. A study in Japan showed that dogs who were separated from their owners licked their paws more often than those who weren't. So excessive paw licking could be a clue that your pup needs a little extra care. But while this warning sign is definitely pretty noticeable, this next sign is much more subtle. Avoiding eye contact. You have probably at least once locked eyes with your pup in a moment of pure connection. If your dog used to meet your gaze all the time and now seems to be looking away more often, it could be a sign they're feeling a bit low. A study in the UK even found that dogs who make regular eye contact with their owners tend to be more relaxed and trusting. So if your furry friend is commonly giving you the side eye, it might be their way of saying they need some extra love and attention. Nevertheless, this next sign might seem obvious at a glance, but it's much more important than you realize. Isolating themselves. If your dog seems perfectly happy to spend all day snoozing by themselves, that might be great. However, if you notice they are suddenly choosing to be by themselves, that can be a clear sign something is wrong. Sure, some dogs are naturally more independent than others, but like us humans, dogs are social creatures too. Now, this doesn't mean they need to be glued to your side 24/7. However, if you notice they seem way more interested in napping alone than they used to be, it could be a telltale sign they're feeling a bit lonely or even depressed. But let's take this one step further, because another warning sign is when your dog gets too clingy. While a little extra snuggle time might be nice at first, a big shift towards clingy or needy behavior can actually be a sign they're feeling insecure. Most dogs suffer from separation anxiety. So if you've left them alone for a long period of time, chances are your dog will never want to leave your side. Luckily, this is easily fixable. One of the best ways to remove separation anxiety is by saying hi and bye to them. Don't be afraid to give it a try. Nonetheless, this next sign is often in plain sight, but you may have not even noticed. Sleeping changes. Just like us humans, dogs need a healthy sleep schedule to feel their best. But if your dog's sleep patterns seem to be all over the place, either sleeping way more than usual or struggling to doze off at all, it could be a sign something's up. Think about it this way: if you're feeling stressed or anxious, it can be hard to fall asleep, right? Well, the same goes for your dogs. Also, something to keep in mind is that if your dog sleeps low to the ground, it could be a sign of illness, more specifically arthritis. If you notice this, it might be worth to talk to your vet just to be safe. We will talk more about the right way to cheer your dog up, but first, this next sign might be a hint they are feeling insecure. Sniffing low to the ground. This might seem strange, but hear me out. Sniffing is, of course, totally normal for dogs, yet there are times when it can be a warning sign. For example, if your dog is sniffing in a distracted or careless manner, it could mean they are feeling very uncomfortable. Also, if your dog's nose seems to be glued to the ground and they're sniffing everything in sight way more than usual, it could be a telltale sign of stress or anxiety. One of the best ways to calm your dog is with a good toy. I will link my personal recommendations in the description. But anyways, let's discuss one of the most depressing signs something is wrong. Sudden changes in appetite. This is a problem for many reasons. Firstly, if your dogs eat too little, they can turn very skinny and become extremely unhealthy. Even worse, it can lead to horrible illnesses. So it's best to correct this early on to prevent anything from happening. On the other hand, if your dog starts eating too much, it may not be as harmful, but you definitely need to put a stop to it. Monitoring how much food you give your pup can regulate their intake and ultimately prevent any problems down the line. Unfortunately, this next sign is one of the biggest hints your pup can give you that they're unwell. A low tail position. This one is pretty self-explanatory. If you notice your dog is wagging their tail downwards and slowly, instead of the usual high and fast wag, it's an explicit sign that they're not happy. This could mean they are in a situation of fear or aggression. However, more than not, it just means they are down and not feeling so well. One of the best ways to cheer your dog up in this instance would be by taking them out to explore. This should boost their happiness and cheer them up. Unfortunately, this next sign can be both really annoying and frustrating. Neglecting commands. If your dog seems to be ignoring your commands like sit, stay, and come, even though they know them well, it could be because they're feeling down. The reason this is crucial is due to the fact that you can get angry and even punish your dog for not obeying. However, this is not the right way to handle things because you would only make it worse. Instead, you should go and consolidate them. Show them love, care, and support so they feel empowered to once again listen and follow your orders. This next sign might seem scary, but there is an underlying reason that makes a lot of sense. Getting aggressive. Before you start panicking, remember that dogs go through hard times too, so even if they act aggressive, they probably won't hurt you. Barking and growling more than usual could be examples of this. Let me put it this way. Sometimes you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and in turn snap at people for the smallest things. However, the next day, you apologize because you didn't actually mean what you said. This is the same case, and it's important you have empathy and patience with your canine. If you have experienced any of these signs with your dog, don't worry. As promised, I'll go over some of my recommendations and techniques to cheer your dog up. Firstly, one of the best methods I have seen to make your dog happy again is to take them outside to explore. No fast walks or runs around the park. Instead, give them time to just sniff the grass, run around, and have some fun. Can make a huge difference in their mood. Obviously, it may be a bit boring for us, but it's totally worth it. Also, giving them good mental exercises with treats and toys is great at boosting not only their confidence, but also their mood. Sometimes dogs act the way they do because they aren't getting enough mental workouts, so this is a great way to solve that issue. I will link one I use with my dog in the description, so feel free to check it out. Sometimes, though, doing the basics work just fine. Showing them extra love through plays and cuddles, sticking to a routine for walks, meals, and playtime, and giving them regular exercise are all essential for their happiness. If you're concerned about their health, a vet visit can rule out any medical issues. Every dog is different, but with patience and love, your furry friend will hopefully be wagging their tail again very soon. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider watching this next video where we discuss 50 essential dog facts you should know about. See you there!